That's right, world, I'm making a serious video, which means one of my predictions were right. You wouldn't believe it, but slavery's back on the menu when it comes to America. Yeah, this is not surprising. This is a thing that tons of countries has basically been trying to do, and America has finally succeeded their goal, using homeless people. Okay, let's make this quick. Not so long ago in Utah, they ended up making an announcement that they are opening a brand new homeless concentration camp. I mean, a brand new homeless facility. This is where they are going to take all the homeless people that they ended up arresting, over thousands of them, put them inside this facility where they are not allowed to leave, and they are also going to be forced to work in that facility as well. But it's totally not a concentration camp, and it's definitely not a bad thing. Yeah, I basically said what it is. That's 100% what their goal is. They want to take homeless people and then they want to put them inside of these camps. And this one is going to be acting as a testing ground to see if it's going to work. And it doesn't matter how this goes, they're going to open more of these. This is not surprising because this has basically been their end goal all along. And the thing that hundreds of people has been trying to warn people for years, but as usual, no one pays attention until it's too late. Because all you have to do is just think for one moment. In the US law, you are allowed to have prisoners to work. So how do you get a bunch of prisoners? Obviously, you just take advantage of the artificial homeless problem. I say artificial because homelessness is something that could easily be fixed in any first world country, not just the US. If you live in a country where they make billions of dollars, especially if they're in the top 10, homelessness could easily be fixed. They could just maybe stop using some of their money on meaningless things and just actually build affordable houses and help homeless people to get homes, and it could be fixed. But obviously, they're not going to do that because that's going to take money and helping people, which is something that apparently governments don't do, help people. So you just take advantage of that problem, which they already have, and you also make more homeless people. You know, that's why when Trump came into office, he has been basically getting rid of every single safety net that American citizens have to prevent homelessness, and also doing things to purposely increase prices and make the cost of living even higher. So living in America is unaffordable. When stuff is unaffordable, you become homeless. When you become homeless, you get arrested because being homeless is illegal. Then when you're arrested, you're put inside of one of these camps. Then when you're put inside of one of these camps, you're basically forced to work as a slave until they're done with you. And then boom, bam, in the jam, you have free labor. Now, unfortunately, what the US is trying to do is something that actually isn't really that new and is a very common practice. I'm pretty sure all of us are well aware of agent sweatshop workers, people who are forced to work inside of a factory to make basically the majority of the items that you paid. They're basically doing it for free and they're being tormented and abused. We all know about that concept, and it's a thing that a lot of countries do. But see, I can see that the US and a lot of other countries don't like that because you have to outsource that. You know, if you go and have your stuff made in one of those sweatshops, you have to go and pay the agent person who owns that sweatshop. That's cringe. The US is basically just trying to have that, but have it homegrown. We're not using other people's slavery sweatshops. We're using our slavery sweatshop. And that's basically just the end goal. And it looks like they're going to use homeless people. And probably, allegedly, they also might be definitely using illegal immigrants for that as well. And they're all just going to put them in these camps and make them work forever. So yeah, that's cool. This is now something that everyone who lives in the US is going to need to deal with. I don't think this is going to get changed anytime soon because, again, for stuff to change in the US, that requires average people to come together and actually start a movement. And that's probably never going to happen in our lifetime because the average US citizen is too busy eating just propaganda, and they generally believe that the biggest enemy isn't the billionaires, politician, and billion-dollar companies who are passing laws and are doing stuff to make our life worse and unaffordable. No, it's our neighbor. It's definitely the scary immigrants or someone who has a different skin color than you. Like, as long as most people are drinking that propaganda soup, this isn't going anytime soon. So, yeah, I guess this is something we need to deal with now. You know, you go homeless, or you already know they're going to move up. It's not just going to be homeless people, so, you know, they're going to move to different targets, maybe mentally ill people, people who aren't white, you know, anyone who they just don't like. I guess if you do something wrong, you're going to be sent to one of these camps in the foreseeable future, so that's cool. Yeah, slavery. Yippee. Anyway, that's it. Next video is actually going to be something enjoyable. Goodbye.
My mom is kind of homeless. I live with my dad. I want to help her out.
Speed, I'm watching the stream while you try not to laugh, bro. That's disrespectful as shit, bro. The fuck is wrong with you, bro? Stop fucking laughing, bro.